It was 3 years ago that Silicon Valley journalist Sarah Lacy reported on sexism at the ride-sharing giant Uber and found herself targeted in return. She has kept up the pressure, and this week came the breaking news.
A giant tremor in the force in the tech world. The CEO of Uber is out.
The guy who co-founded Uber, the ride-sharing app, Travis Kalanick, he's stepping down as the CEO of the company. The embattled executive, he's been facing a whole host of problems, announcing his resignation following a string of scandals, including claims of sexual harassment and misconduct.
And joining us now from Palm Springs, California, is Sarah Lacy, the founder and editor of Pando.com. So Sarah, briefly set the scene for us. In 2014, when you were first reporting on sexism at Uber, you got a phone call related to a top Uber official named Emil Michael. What happened?
Yeah, I was in London on work, and I got a call late night at an Indian restaurant from BuzzFeed editor Ben Smith, who I'd never met, and he just said, I need to talk to you. And like most people, when someone as powerful as that in the media world says that, you get a little scared. And he basically detailed this strange dinner party he was at. And this was, ironically, one of the several times that Travis Kalanick went out to the media to try to reboot his image and look like a kinder, gentler Travis Kalanick, who wasn't this guy that had been depicted in the press. At that dinner with journalists like Arianna Huffington and Michael Wolff and Ben Smith, Emil Michaels detailed this plan to, quote, go after journalists by giving them a taste of their own medicine, and in particular targeting their families, and in particularly targeting me and my family. He detailed for Smith a precise head count he wanted for this team, a budget for this team. He detailed many ways he was going to try to, basically ruin my life and smear my professional reputation and try to hurt my family.
Well,
it was shocking.
Yeah, it's shocking and a chilling phone call to get. Now, you said that all of your aggressive reporting and that of your colleagues on Uber and Travis Kalanick hurt you and your company Pando. How?
Well, so after the Emil Michael thing, and we very loudly exposed that because I wanted it known what this person had done to me. I did not want this Uber to be able to say this didn't happen. I didn't want Emil Michael to say, oh, I was just drunk and angry and blowing off steam. So we were very loud about that story. I wanted the next time a woman to come out for her to get the benefit of the doubt that this is a company that targets women this way. But after that, they did back off my personal life as far as I know, but then they started going after my business. So Uber threatened several of our six-figure advertisers. We had to change our business model from advertising to subscription because they would have run us out of business.
Wow. Now, Travis Kalanick, for those who have not been following the trials and tribulations of Uber, he's referred to the company as Boober because it helped him get more women, he said, and Uber promoted its hot chick drivers in France and used an app, the Uber app, to track the personal data of a female journalist. Why, over the years, until things, really hit the fan, did so few in the tech press aggressively go after this sexist culture at Uber?
It's somewhat of a mystery to me. I think one part of this is Travis is incredibly charming and very persuasive. This is a man who has raised nearly $10 billion at unprecedented valuations in Silicon Valley history. Even during the dot-com bubble, we didn't see stuff like this for a private company. He is obviously a good salesman, and I think a lot of really great journalists simply got duped. I think beyond that, there's also this access journalism piece. When it comes to a journalist like Kara Swisher from Recode, who is usually very fearless and very feared, she really gave Travis a pass because, in my view, she needed him to be on stage at her conference. I sat through an interview after a lot of wrongdoing had been exposed about Uber, where she just lobbed him softball after softball, and that was certainly not the Kara Swisher that I knew coming up in this industry. I think the business models of a lot of these younger media sites, if you're reliant on events to pay your bills and you need the biggest name in tech at your event, and they're going to withhold being on stage if you write certain things about them.
Fascinating. Access journalism is not just a problem in Silicon Valley. I've got half a minute after your long battles with a guy who tried to put you out of business. How do you feel about the fact that he has been kicked out as CEO of Uber?
Well, look, I think there's a lot of work to do. I think what's great about this is it's a victory for Susan Fowler. I was targeted, I went through a lot, but I was doing my job. She risked her job in coming forward.
She is an engineer who wrote a first-person piece about all the sexism and sexual discrimination that she had encountered at the company. So yes, that definitely changed the nature of the story. Sarah Lacy, thanks very much for sharing your story with us and telling us about the difficult journalism that you have done on this company.
Thanks, Howie.
Great to see you.